Hey everybody, it's Joe from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to be showing you my updated Pan deck profile. Yeah, it's been a while since we played Pan. I'll be honest, got boring. Because it's just like, oh, play this game 5, play this game 5, play this game 5, attack, game. So yeah. So Pan, if you don't know, this leader came in the third set. Since then, it's not left the meta alone. And yeah, here's why. So, its auto is once per turn when you play a battle card, you choose that card, and it gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. If then its power goes to 20,000 or more, you draw a card. So obviously you play something like 15, it goes to 20, you draw. Other than that, if it's below below 15 when you play it, you're not drawing. And when it awakens, you switch 2 of your energy back to active mode, because that's when they started introducing that, into Pan Rage Fight. So again, the auto doesn't change from the front, so it's still giving power and drawing if you hit 20 or more. The only difference is that when she attacks, you draw a card, but you can just be like, I'll do this one side, awaken, do it next side in the same turn. Pretty disgusting, that's why it's so popular. Yeah, totally not disturbing at all. So, as always, we start the extra cards. It's not a big list. So we have 2 copies of the free play Strategies of Universe 7. So, this is active main. Choose all your red Saiyans in your battle area. They gain barrier till the end of your opponent's next turn. So it's just a good way to protect all your stuff, because everything is Saiyan besides Giru. But yeah, it's Giru. And then we got 2 copies of Is That All You've Got? So this is counter attack. If your leader is red, negate the attack. They can discard a red card. If you do, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards. They lose 15,000 power for the duration of the turn. It's obviously a good way to just kill things or make them weaker, and it's a good thing to protect yourself. But only run the 2 because it's like you tend to outpower your opponent, so it's not a huge issue. It's just better than other negates, really. And then we got 3 copies of Unending Awakening. So this again is set free, like Pan. So this is negate the attack, then you choose up to 1 of your red Saiyan leader cards, and it gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. It's obviously quite useful because the deck's about power amping, and it means that you can like save yourself on combo power and whatever else during your opponent's turn. So now we'll move on to the battle cards. So to start with, we got 4 copies of our Self-Awakener Intensifying Power Trunks. One of mine is the special reprint, I'll say, alt art or whatever. You got this thing going on. I can't remember. I don't entirely care. I already had it. So when this card attacks, you can choose a card in your life, add it to your hand. If you do, he gains 10,000 crit for the turn. It's obviously quite useful, especially if you have him as your first battle card you play. When Pan activates, it means it becomes 20 crit. So it's good, and it's just like one of the few cards we use to get into something else in the deck, which we will see shortly. And there's 4 copies of Pint-Sized Warrior Son Goku. So this is auto. When you play this card, you look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 red Goku GT among them, add to your hand and shuffle. So the entire deck kind of revolves around going up that evolutionary chain Goku GTs. So you just basically search out anything you need to like play the game. So next one to 2 drops. That was a good chunk of them. So we've got 3 copies of our dependable robot Giru. So it's a 5k blocker. but he does have the permanent of, if Pan is in your battle leader area, you can play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. So, obviously, our leader is Pan. It just gives us something else to play in the deck. It's a free blocker, so why the heck not? And you can make it 10k, which is like, okay, but it's not going to do anything. But yeah, free blocker, because why not? And we got 4 copies of the super combo Handy Guru. So this is when you combo, if your leader's red and your life set 4 less, draw a card and gains 10,000 common power for the turn. I run this one because, like, Pan, your goal is to awaken quickly, just so you can be drawing a lot of cards, and because of that, it doesn't really matter which red one they pick. So I just count with Guru because not only was it like with the deck before, but it suits the deck. So, but yeah, you could run Sparking one. It's not as easy to do in this deck because you're building a board. But you could just run one of the other, like 10. Well, draw at 4 because it's got 10k here already. But yeah, it's down to preference at that point. And finally, 2 drops, one of our new cards for the deck. We got 3 copies of Trunks Surge of Energy. So this is a 2-drop for 15k. It came in the anniversary set, obviously, hence it being featured now. And its auto is once per turn. When this card's power is increased by a skill during your turn, draw a card. So, beautiful thing is, he's on 15k and he draws whenever he increases power. If you play him as your first thing with Pan as your leader, or after Pan awakens, you draw 2 cards, he becomes a 20k base, and Matt hiccups while she's trying to explain this. Love you, buddy. But
he gives me a lot of abuse off camera.
Quiet, it's off camera. But I only run the 3 because, like, deck space is a bit difficult in here, and it's literally just like a one-off draw engine. Because, like, after that you're going to have to use a different card skill to power it up if you want to draw, which is like okay, but you'd rather be powering up the things that are going to kill your opponent. So this is just here. If it's like, oh, I could do a chain attack and this, I may as well just do Pan to get this, draw 2, chain attack, play whatever, yada yada yada. Strategies.
But you're not using Sparking one.
Why did I just explained why I don't use the Sparking one. You have to rewatch my video now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. So, moving on to the 3 drops, we have 2 copies of Combination Attack Pan. So, this is a promo, hence the fact it's so nice and, you know, foily. I was losing words there. So, it's 3 drop 10k, but cost doesn't matter because the permanent skill is if a Son Goku GT or Trunks GT with 25 or more power is in play in your battle area, you can play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. Which, again, because with Pan, it's easy to do. Just play something that's like 20k or 25k base, give it an increase, this can come out. And it has the active main of once per turn, you can choose a Goku GT or Trunks GT in your battle area, and you gain 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So it's just a nice little way to power ramp. I only run the 2 again because deck space, and you got to think about what's actually killing your opponent. And if you're there concerned about playing stuff out to increase 1 card because you've only got the 1 card, then obviously you got a problem. 4 of this is not necessary. 2 is a perfectly fine number, I think. I see it plenty of times. Next we have 4 copies of Determined Super Saiyan Son Goku. So it's a 3-drop 15k, it has critical, and it's permanent, which makes this thing so goddamn good. is when your life is at 4 or less, increase the energy cost of this card in your battle area by 2. So this is very important because all of our kill cards and all the big EX evolves we play require you to have a 5-drop on the board. And besides this guy, every other 5-drop is an evolution that you have to play on top of a Goku GT, obviously. This, however, you can play on 3 energy, go to 4, it becomes 5, or you can play it off like chain attack. Just so useful. The only thing you gotta do is keep it alive. But hey, that's kind of obvious in this game. And finally, in the 3-drops, we have 3 copies of Double Shot Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. So this guy is abused so much with Pan, and when I originally did this deck I was reluctant to put him in just because I thought it was kind of well, the best way I can think of putting it, how I felt about it was, I felt it was a real scrubby move. Be like, oh, I'm going to play Vegeta just so I can draw in your turn. It's like, come on, be original. Don't just throw this in just because you can abuse your leader. I'm only doing it now because it's like, well, I've tried to focus the deck a bit more. I may as well put the little draw power in.
Welcome to competitive play.
Yeah, it's competitive, but I hated how everyone was spamming it. Like, everyone who built Pan was like, oh, I'm looking for Pan. And it's like, yeah, I'm also looking for 4 copies of Double Shot Vegeta, you know, the red one that comes out after you combo with it. So I was like, oh, you want that little care package for your deck because you can't play otherwise. Sounds harsh, but
It's so salty and angry about it.
I appreciate metagame. I understand why metagame exists, but I also don't like when people take away from cards just because they can spam a little combo. They take away from building something unique and interesting with the cards in the set because they're like, I can just do this instead. I mean, I do it now, but you know, different mindset. It's been like a year. But yeah, you run through the Vegeta just to draw power, and it's not necessary to win. So, sue me. In 4-drops, we just have the 3 copies of Chain Attack Trunks. So it evolves with 2 red on top of a Trunks GT. It has the permanent of that it can attack battle cards in active mode. And of course, the main reason we run it is the auto of when you play this card, choose up to 1 battle card from your hand with 15 or less power and play it. No, I don't run Zeno. I'm just putting it out there. Chain Attack Zeno was a crazy combo, it still is. I don't run it because deck space. But
well, you took out those double shots, you could do it.
Yeah, I could swap it. I could swap this. I could swap one meta trick for another meta trick. You know, pick your fancy. Do you want Vegeta or Zeno? Have a civil war in the comments. My main target for it now is this.
So angry.
I'm not angry. Angry would be more shouty. This is like comedy angry. This is kangry. Or congry.
Well, you can't be hangry.
I'm not hangry, no. Angry's all growly. Why am I talking about my emotions? So yeah, you use Chain Attack, you can just bring this guy out, and then if you're on 4 less, you can just pay an extra 1 energy to EX evolve him. But otherwise, Chain Attack is just good to play cards out. So, and then yeah, you can just smack things in active mode. Because why not? So, moving forward, we go on to the 5-drops, in which we have 3 copies of Rising Fist Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku. So this is evolved for 4 on top of a Goku GT, 3 of it being red. He has Double Strike, which is good because he's got 20k, and Pan can make him 25k. And the auto ability of when a card evolves into this, draw 2 cards. So I don't play as often because I prefer going for the other 5-drop evolve, which I'll show you in a second. But it's nice because if you end up going into this and you haven't used your pan yet, you can draw 3 cards and have a 25k double striker. So yeah, there's a nice little draw trick. And if not, it's just another target. And like I said, we got the other 5-drop evolve, which is 4 copies of the untapped power Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. This one feels much better than Rising Fist. Because, so it's same evolve cost, 3 red, 1 colourless, on top of Goku GT. He has Deflect, and he has the auto of when you play this card, you draw 1 card, you switch one of your energy to active mode, and he gains 5k for the duration of turn. So he gives himself 5k, he's already on 25, so he becomes stronger than Rising Fist. You get an energy, and you draw 1 card. With Pan you draw 2. But yeah, having a nice little 30 beat stick with Deflect and getting your energy back is nice, because it means you could just go straight to an EX evolve or other place. So moving on to the 6-drops, we have 3 copies of our first EX evolve, Victorious Fist Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. So yeah, like I said, it's EX evolve for 1 red, and you dump cards, you place them on top of a red GT Goku with a cost of 5. So you've got this guy, and this when you hit 4 life. So yeah, you got 3 targets for Victorious Fist. He's got 25k, he's got double strike, and he has the auto of once per turn. When this card attacks, you switch it to active mode, and he gains 5000 power for duration of turn. So obviously that's good, because it's basically dual attack, and on the second attack he's stronger. And because his EX evolve is so cheap to do, why wouldn't you play him? Heck, you can play him on top of himself if you really want. And finally, the last card in deck, well I should say last 3 cards in deck, is 3 copies of the 7-drop Triple Flash Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku.
Doesn't that work the same as the Goku's lineage one, where you can take life and restand it, and the same as that red one, where instead of 5k would be on the first attack as well? Would it be the same principle?
Somewhat, yeah.
So it'd be 30 on the first and 30 on the second?
Yeah. So yeah, we've got Triple Flash. So same EX evolve cost as this guy, only you don't have to discard 1, so makes him better to play technically. He has Deflect, Triple Strike, which kind of makes sense, it's called Triple Flash, you know, can't want it on there. He has the auto of when you play this card, draw 2 cards, and you may not activate EX evolve for the duration of turn. So once you EX evolve into one of these guys, you can't do it again for the rest of the turn. But 30k in Triple Strike with any other power bonuses, you could just kill them. Especially when you consider this guy's permanent of... So yeah, permanent is if this card's power is 40k or more, your opponent may not activate counter during battles where this card is attacking. I think there is something a lot like you can only do that if you have a red Saiyan leader.
Yes, because they got errated.
You got errated, I just remembered when I was reading it. It's not really an issue because Pan's a red Saiyan. But yeah, this got errated because you have things that restand it, especially now that we've got Yellow Broly. Would be insane with this. But yeah, once you hit 40k, he can't be negated. He has Triple Strike, so obviously that's kind of like a kill there. And the deck has a lot of like power ramping for Gokus and for cards you play out. So that's why he's our killer in the deck. Because he's just so goddamn good and easy to get out. So with that being said and done, that is my updated Pan deck profile. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.